Alright, so I guess I have 33 minutes to record, but this won't take that long. What's up, guys? It's me again, and today we're back with a Fail Sunday, which is something I haven't done in the longest fucking time. Mostly because I've been dealing with some stuff at home, and schoolwork and all that kind of shit, but I'm back on track with all that, so now we get to upload more of this stuff, which makes my channel seem controversial because, oh no, my opinion. But yeah, we're doing that again, so that's good. Mostly we're going to be talking about three things today. One being a court case that was settled not too long ago in, I believe, Missouri. It's a big old spiel. It's just nothing, something that shouldn't happen in nowadays, but it is because I guess there's this new movement going around that makes people progressively stupider. So that's the thing. Also, we'll be giving a shout out to a YouTuber that's bigger than me, but I love his sense of humor, and I honestly love the content that he puts out, and he's actually a ex-police officer, so I recommend you guys go check him out. I'll put a link to his channel in the description below, but I'll talk about him more later. And third off, the reason as to why I'm not uploading so much, but I've been trying to deal with that issue so that way I do upload more and don't feel like a lazy piece of shit. Anyway, let's jump to the first thing. So, not too long ago, I was doing some research on trying to find stupid people, and I found two things that I decided to mention in one segment for this video. One of them being that there is a movement apparently going around of the sovereign citizen. I'm doing air quotations here, but you guys can't see that. The sovereign citizen movement mostly involves people who think that they do not have to follow the laws of the United States, despite the fact that they live in the United States. And this is by far the dumbest thing I've ever fucking heard of. Because if you live in the United States, you should follow its laws. You don't live in... And this is mostly done by... I don't know what side of the spectrum it is politically, but I mostly see it as being a way to suppress the powers. Mostly because, the guys that are in uniform saving your ass every day, oh no, they're horrible people. But that idiot over there in the gun saying he's a sovereign citizen because he doesn't believe in America's laws of traffic stops and other things. Oh, he's fine. He's a good guy, even though he's got like two MP5s, three AK-47s, 12 gauge shotguns, and a fucking handbag just full of Glocks and 5.7s and 9mm weapons. Not to mention he's also got a 45 Magnum in the fucking glove box. Oh, but he's a good guy. Don't worry. Anyway, enough about that spiel. But there was a sovereign citizen that really got some big media attention a while ago because not too long ago she was given $37 million for a reason I'll get into later, like about now. So the name of this woman was Corinne Gaines. She was an African American citizen who believed herself a sovereign citizen, and at a traffic stop done by our boys in blue, which, by the way, thank you guys. I will always support the police, always have, always will. But at this traffic stop, this lady kept basically coming up with these reasons and saying things that you really shouldn't do in a traffic stop due to the fact that it takes your time and it takes the police officer's time up. And she kept basically coming up with these reasons as to why she could not be taken out of her vehicle, she could not have her vehicle be damaged, and it was mostly all these sovereign citizen excuses that, if you look up sovereign citizens on YouTube, you'll find so many videos, and they all use the exact same excuses. She used those, but the main thing is that that kind of unsettled me was the fact that during this video, this woman decided to scare her kids by saying that the police are there to take them away, and she then proceeded to tell her kids to fight the police. Now, I don't know about you guys, but if someone were to tell me to fight the police, I would ask them, are you fucking stupid? They'll tase my ass. And then my ass will be thrown in jail. And I don't want to be put in jail because my booty is my booty. But enough about those jokes. That was just me trying to be funny and probably pissed a lot of people off, but it's fine. Psh, no biggie. Anyway, after that whole spiel, she was, of course, told that, hey, you have a court date on this day. She did not show up to court, which, surprise, surprise, because, sovereign citizen, I don't believe in America's laws, but I will live here, and I will probably take taxpayers' money. Anyway, enough about that. So, this lady then proceeded to hide out in her house with another male, which the report that I read about this did not give his name. He had a warrant out for his arrest because he was on assault charges. She had a warrant on her arrest because of the fact that she did not show up to court. 3 police officers showed up at the scene at the house and decided to enter the house, stating that they had a warrant for their arrest. One officer came in and saw I'm pretty sure, a 12-gauge shotgun barrel aimed right at him, and he started saying, gun, 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 get the fuck out of the way. And he decided to run away, and, because he doesn't want to get shot. Understandable. And the police decided to basically try to diplomatically deal with the situation. And by diplomatically settle the situation, I mean call in the fucking SWAT, because that's a great idea, honestly, in my opinion, because you don't want anyone to get shot, so send in the SWAT. Anyway, the SWAT tried to diplomatically deal with this by talking to Miss Corinne Gaines and get her to understand that, if she just puts down the shotgun, these charges that she now would have, because, you're basically threatening police officers and SWAT team members with death by holding this shotgun, it's not a good idea. She, of course, live streamed this whole thing because we live in the age of technology, and some of her friends on Facebook decided to say that this was a good idea and that she could keep doing what she's doing. I'm here to tell you guys that that's not a horrible idea, and if you do that, you're going to get shot. Anyway, back to the point I was making. So Miss Corinne Gaines, of course, pointed his shotgun and loaded it, with police obviously in the other room. And she was basically trying to think, like the operative castle from Rainbow Six Siege. If I hold this specific choke point, they can't get through. That's a bad idea whenever you're coming against SWAT, because they will probably be able to tag your ass regardless. Anyway, the thing that also unsettled me was that during this time, she was also telling her child, who was 6 years old at the time, and is probably still 6 years old, that because this whole dilemma happened January and early February of this year. Because I believe the traffic stop happened in January, late January. The court appeal into basically standoff with Miss Corinne Gaines happened during February. And during this time, this was just a small amount of time. Anyway, back to the point of the whole, Miss Corinne Gaines trying to hold out this thing. And more or less, things did not go well. She decided to enter a shootout with the police. One police officer shot at her, because that's what you do when someone's threatening you with a gun. Because prior to that, she was saying that she would kill all the police officers. And she kept telling her kid that if the police officers came in, that they would kill her and him. Which, that's a lie. They were just trying to arrest her and take her to court, because that's what happens when you need to go to court. You go to court, usually. Anyway, after that happened, Miss Corinne Gaines shot the officer that shot at her 3 more times, and she went down. Sadly, though, her kid did not escape the situation unscathed, but that was mostly because, from a report I read, she tried to use her kid as a fucking meat shield. Now, I don't know about you, but if my mom tried to use me as a meat shield, I would be very upset. Because I have enough scars on my face, I don't need more. Sadly, the kid took a shot in the arm, and a bullet did graze his cheek, but from what I've heard, he's okay now. Thank God, because I would really be upset if both the kid and the woman, if you can call her that, in this situation, were taken out. Now, fast forward a couple days to February 20th, where a jury of 6 women, and I'm gonna believe that the rest of the people on this jury were men. 6 women and the remainder of men were basically holding the state in which Miss Corinne Gaines was killed accountable for her basically threatening to kill and assault police officers. And so the state had to pay her family $37 million, basically in, oh, we're sorry that your family member was not understanding of the fact that if you live in America, you follow by the rules. Here's money. Which I'm kind of pissed off that that's just something that happens nowadays, but this is America, and it's getting twisted day by day. But I digress. Sadly, the outcome of the story was not what I wanted it to be. I do feel sorrow for the fact that Miss Corinne Gaines' family has to deal with the fact that they have lost a member of their family, but at the same time, I also do have to worry about the kid due to the fact that he no longer has a mother and is probably going to be put into foster care. I hope that this kid will be okay, though, due to the fact that no kid should have to endure something like that, ever. Being used as a meat shield because your mom doesn't want to go to prison is not an okay thing for a child to go through. But I believe I've talked enough on that point due to the fact that we're at 11 minutes in this video and I've been on the same subject for most of it. Minus little tidbits here and there where I tried to be comedic. Anyway, on to the next point, the YouTuber that's coming up. Well, not coming up, but is kind of a thing now. And honestly, I love his content, I love his sense of humor, and I love the way that he actually does research. I try to keep the research that I do on certain controversial subjects either I keep it very minimal so that way I can get more of my opinion based on it, or I do my maximum amount of research so that way you guys can get all the facts that I am willing to, well, I'm not willing, but I am ready to dispense to the people that I know. Most of these videos, though, where I've talked about controversial subjects and topics, I don't know what the hell happened there. It's mostly been me giving my opinion. However, now I'm definitely going to try to be leaning more towards the factual side due to the fact that this YouTuber has shown me that leaning towards the facts and using humor to cover up those facts may actually yield better results in terms of views and also getting your point across. The name of this YouTuber is Donut Operator. The whole backstory behind him is that he's a police officer, well, ex-police officer. I'm sure he's been off the force for a while now, who is a single father and does take care of his kids very well. Does function off by doing YouTube videos, mostly talking about subjects that involve the police, which, by the way, yay for him. And he also does subjects like guns. He also talks about controversial things like protests and stuff that's going on with the SJWs and all that kind of stuff. The main thing about that, though, is that I agree with most, if not all, of what he does speak. Mostly because he does lean more towards the factual side of things, and he does definitely have a good sense of humor. Not to mention, he's also a Twitch streamer. So I would recommend you check him out. Donut Operator. He's just an awesome guy, honestly. I'd pay money to play a game with him, honestly, because first off, I get to play a video game with an ex-police officer, and it's just, he seems like a swell guy. Like, honest guy. He'd be like one of those guys where you would walk into a bar and he'd pay for your goddamn drink by the pint. And, like, he honestly seems like a great guy. So, if you don't know who the hell that is, which I gotta guess most of you don't, check him out. I'll leave a description to his channel in the description. Well, I'll leave a link to his channel in the description below, and I might also try to get the link to the Twitch channel. If I don't, by the time you guys see this video, let me fucking know in the comments below. And third off, we're going to talk about my whole situation as to why I'm not uploading videos, which does kind of delve into my personal life and something I feel like you guys need to know. Why uploads of mostly Fail Sunday and my gaming moments aren't really coming out that much. And when they do, they're very short, or I don't talk too much, and it's not good. The main issue, though, is mostly, how do I put this? I may or may not suffer from bipolar depression. I've been talking with my family, trying to see if we could get myself screened, but mostly because of financial issues, we have not been able to do that. Although I hope soon, because tax time has rolled around, I'll be able to do that and get surefire answer as to whether or not I am. But I feel as though I may have this mental instability, I'll call it, mostly because at times I'm perfectly fine. I'm enjoying my life. Hell, you guys even see it on the streams. I'm laughing my fucking ass off at some of the stuff that's happened. In other games, in other streams, though, I see myself as more angry, more just upset with myself, and just really not into it. And that's mostly my bad, but mostly because I have to deal with this kind of situation. Um, at the same time, though, it also is affecting my personal life. Mostly because I've been hitting bumps in the road that affect my personal life, mostly with trying to deal with whether or not I have this. Because honestly, this is just a theory, because I don't have surefire answers, but I'm sure I have the bipolar depression. I'm sure that I have it, but I'm not 100% sure due to the fact that I don't have factual evidence in front of me, able to prove that, hey, I have bipolar depression. Most of the reason, though, that I have it, though, is because at times I feel perfectly fine. At others, though, I feel like my YouTube channel, my life in general, just don't really mean much in the grand scheme of things, and that I'm just a speck that means nothing. And this is me being real with you guys here. Only thing I can really say is that I know I haven't uploaded much, and that's mostly been my fault, but I've also been dealing with some shit in my head and in my heart recently that I don't really think need to be put on YouTube, but I'm out to give you guys like the basics of what the fuck's going on with me. Mostly because Outsider Gaming has kind of figured it out. Some members have figured it out. This is kind of like my coming out video, but not in the form of I like penis, but more in the way of I might have a mental disorder that makes it harder for me to do shit because of the fact that at one point I will be fine, the next moment I will want to hate myself more than anyone will ever hate me. And it sucks, honestly, it does. But yeah, just giving you guys that rundown of what the fuck's going on with me. I may or may not try to stream later today. If you guys could come down for that and join me, that'd be awesome. Just, don't forget to hit like on this video. Subscribe if you're new to this. I'll try to leave all the links and shit in the description. Don't worry. Just mostly the idea of this is just to give you guys a rundown of what the hell's going on and give you guys finally another episode of Fail Sunday, because I haven't done that in so fucking long and it feels great. So expect more of that. What else can I say? If you want to talk to me in the comments or leave a vision of your opinion, do leave it in the comments below. I'll get to you as soon as possible. Don't forget there may or may not be a stream later today. Check that out if you can. Just if you haven't yet, don't forget to check my previous videos because they're alright, I guess. Some are better than others, obviously. And just enjoy yourself today, guys. So, well, this is the Sarge, signing out.